Coming up, meet the coal miner behind that viral picture from UK's Blue-White game that got the attention of Coach Cal.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. A heartwarming photo of a father and son at this weekend's Kentucky Blue-White game in Pikeville has gone viral. The man had come straight from working in a coal mine to be at the game. Coach John Calipari shared the photo on social media today, hoping to connect with the family and offer them VIP tickets to a game this season. Michael McGuire is that coal miner. He's with his son Easton in the photo. He was actually in the mine today when Coach Cal posted the picture and had no idea about it, let alone the fact that it had gone viral. Chad Hedrick spoke with the family, overwhelmed with support.
For many families, it's more than just a basketball game. It's about making memories that will last a lifetime.
I was just really excited to make all these memories with my kids and my wife.
Kentucky's Blue and White game in Pikeville Saturday gave Michael McGuire that opportunity. While most of the fans were in their Kentucky blue, Michael was in his work clothes and covered in coal dust, having gone from the coal mines straight to the game to be with his family.
It was pretty much either come straight there or miss half the game going home to take a shower and everything.
Michael wanted to be there as his son Easton experienced his first Kentucky basketball game and take in every moment.
Oh, he had a blast. He was dancing, and every time they would slam dunk it, he would go crazy.
You can see the McGuires several times during the game's broadcast, but it was this picture taken by Troy Lee Thomas that caught the attention of Kentucky men's basketball coach John Calipari, who shared it on social media looking to identify McGuire and offer VIP tickets to a game this season. The photo went viral while Michael was underground working.
When I got out and got service on my way home, it went crazy. Couldn't believe that it was real.
For Michael, he's overwhelmed and humbled by the way Big Blue Nation rallied to find him, and little Easton is loving it.
He's jumping up and down. He's very excited.
Michael talked to Coach Cal Monday evening.
It was awesome. He's really down to earth.
It'll be Easton's first game at Rupp Arena and just the second for Michael, giving this lifelong Kentucky fan another special memory with his family.
It's mind-blowing that everybody come together like that.
Chad Hedrick reporting. Such a great story in a year when we haven't had too many great stories. Michael says he's had to miss family events because of work, and this moment really makes it worth it. His wife said she is so thankful Michael was able to see so much support and appreciation for what he does for his family. The McGuires have not picked a game that they will go to yet, but we are told they will get that VIP access to whichever one they choose.
Well, continuing to watch clouds increase throughout the evening. It remains a mild one outside. I mean, look at the current temperatures throughout the region. We're still at 63 in Pikeville. That's not far from where we should be for daytime highs this time of year, and it's just after 11 o'clock. 55 in London, 54 here in Hazard, and you see it's still mild in places and cooling off in others. 65 Jackson, right down the road in Manchester, it's 49. So we are seeing variable temperatures throughout the region this evening, and you can thank some of the cloud cover for that. Clouds moving in from west to east as we head through the remainder here of our Monday night, and we will continue to see clear skies for the most part. A few clouds out there, right around 50, but those clouds will slowly continue to increase. Details in a minute on when we could see a return to some showers coming up in a few minutes.
Evan, thanks. On Monday, the city of Hyden was formally added to Kentucky Tourism's list of trail towns. The designation provides Hyden with resources to improve their adventure tourism. WYMT's Keaton Hall has more on what this could mean for the economy in Leslie County.
Hyden Mayor Carol Joseph is looking forward to more hiking boots and ATVs in her town.
We're all about attracting tourists here because, personally, I think this is the prettiest place in the world.
On Monday, Hyden was formally certified as a trail town. one of only a handful in eastern Kentucky.
People that have already been designated trail towns are definitely seeing a whole lot of side-by-side, four-wheeler traffic, hunting, camping, a lot more of that now than when they're trail towns.
Leslie County and the city of Hyden have been fighting for the certification for years.
And they've put in a tremendous amount of work over the last 4 to 6 years. I'm very proud to see that they've finally accomplished this today.
Now 2 large signs will be placed on the Hal Rogers Parkway, pointing visitors towards Hyden.
You know, it relays the message that Hyden and Leslie County is open for business and they're ready to take on all the tourists that want to visit.
Leslie County Judge Executive William Lewis sees this as a part of a larger shift in the economy of the county.
We've got a lot of things that's coming down the tube. It's in the works right now that is really going to be exciting for Leslie County. It's going to be some real growth, and tourism is going to be accepted. It's going to be the economic boost we need in this town.
But for Mayor Joseph, it may be hard to improve the prettiest place in the world.
Come and try our trails out because we've got a lot to offer here in Leslie County.
In Hyden, Keaton Hall, WYMT Mountain News.
Hyden is now the 26th trail town in Kentucky. Nearby Hazard and Harlan are a couple of the other ones in the mountains. Hunting season is underway for some, and more will be hitting the woods in the next few weeks. And that means it's a great time to make sure your kids are aware of extra precautions, not only while hunting, but at home too.
If you don't want to leave loaded firearms around the house, but you also need to teach your children, if they do go to a friend's house or something where they may not abide by the same rules, if they see a loaded gun or they see any type of gun, they need to let you know immediately and leave it alone.
Sergeant Homer Pigman with the Fish and Wildlife recommends that adults leave their guns unloaded in a gun safe and make sure the ammunition is placed in a safe location separate from the gun. A 10-acre campground in the Rowdy community of Perry County is in the works, and the fiscal court received a $1.5 million grant from the Appalachian Regional Commission. Judge Executive Scott Alexander says the county is excited to start the project. The property is being used as flood debris removal right now, but says he knows this will be a big draw for tourism dollars.
We think we'll see it pay off immediately. If you try to book camping sites right now, we know that they're booked up usually a year or two ahead of time. And so we know that once these sites become available, we'll immediately see people in them with their side-by-sides.
The project's expected to create 38 jobs within the first 15 months. With Halloween 1 week from tonight, law enforcement officials are reminding caregivers to inspect their kids' trick-or-treat candy for any possible dangers. Trooper Matt Gayhart with Kentucky State Police says you should ensure each piece of candy is sealed, how it was manufactured, and to stay leery of things you can open and put back in its packaging, like suckers or Tootsie Rolls. Trooper Gayhart adds, with fentanyl showing up in new and creative ways, you should also stay vigilant when sorting through candy.
And it may not be intentional. I mean, you know, cross-contamination does happen, and things such as fentanyl is very dangerous. And it doesn't take a lot to cause you major problems. So maybe even washing the outside of the wrappers, checking through that with gloves on, just different things you can do just to make sure that you don't get that cross-contamination.
Trooper Gayhart adds that marijuana-infused candy can be a risk to trick-or-treaters as well. He says to look for a small symbol on the front or back of the packaging that indicates if something has THC in it. Staff and students from the Pikeville Independent School District are preparing to say goodbye to one of their second graders. 7-year-old Andrew Allen died Saturday, leaving a community to mourn someone they say had the most contagious smile. Teachers say he was one of a kind, always helping out when he could, something they believe comes from the people he was so proud to call his parents.
They loved him, and they taught him the importance of love, and they taught him the importance of caring about other people. And every day he brought that to school and he made that shine.
Funeral arrangements are set for Andrew. You can find those on our website. A Michigan man will spend more than 15 years behind bars for his role in an Eastern Kentucky drug trafficking case. 30-year-old Jayshawn Robinson of Detroit was sentenced in federal court in Pikeville on Friday. Court documents show in Robinson's plea agreement between April and August 2021, he had been regularly importing drugs into Johnson and Magoffin counties to supply drug dealers there. Robinson pleaded guilty to aggravated drug trafficking charges in March. One Eastern Kentucky Sheriff's Office is asking everyone who lives near a former elementary school to stay vigilant following some thefts. Last Thursday, the Perry County Sheriff's Office was contacted by Kentucky Power about a copper theft to their equipment on the property of Lost Creek Elementary School. Once deputies responded to that report, they also discovered the building itself had been broken into and water and electrical lines were missing inside. Police believe the two thefts are connected. If you see anything suspicious, especially in the evening and overnight hours, you're asked to call them at 606-436-5464. Deputies will be increasing patrols in that area as well. A Buchanan County, Virginia man faces a first-degree murder charge tonight. Police say he shot and killed his girlfriend, who was 7 months pregnant. Dustin Owens of Van Zandt is accused of shooting Amber Compton multiple times. Her body was found in her home on Sunset Hollow Road by police Saturday night after she was reported missing. Owens was arrested after statements and evidence led investigators to his home.
We're still working the timeline, and at this time I'm not going to release how long we think that she might have been there, but we're still working the timeline as to her events in the days before that.
The Buchanan County Sheriff's Office says Owens was taken into custody without incident. He's being held without bond at Southwest Virginia Regional Jail's Hayside facility. Hollywood and many across the nation are mourning the unexpected loss of actor and comedian Leslie Jordan. Jordan was involved in a car crash in Hollywood, but details have not been released. There is speculation he might have had a medical emergency before the crash. The Emmy-winning actor and Tennessee native starred in several movies and television series, but is probably best known for his roles in Will and Grace and American Horror Story. He gained millions of new followers during the pandemic with his stories, many so hilarious, on social media. His last post, Sunday, yesterday, was singing the old hymn, "When the Roll is Called Up Yonder." Leslie Jordan was 67. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, a shooting at a high school in St. Louis has left 3 people dead, including the gunman.
And some potentially soggy weather on the way as we head for midweek. What that means for temperatures as well, on the way.